Okay, so we have a drum rack with samples in it. It's MIDI, so there's no reason we can't just play it. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to go to this drum rack. Let's solo it. Now it's armed to record, so it's getting MIDI. What I'm going to do is each of these pads is assigned to a note. You can see it here. C sharp 1, D sharp 1. If I go to my MIDI clip, it's hard to tell what note we're on here, but if I click a note and then look up here, it says C1, D1, and this is going to be E1. Okay, so I have to find those on my keyboard. Now, one of the trickiest things here is actually to find those notes. So look at this right here. That's kind of telling us a full keyboard range, not necessarily your keyboard, but the full range of any keyboard. These little white dots are telling us where our notes are. That's these three notes, okay? So if I play this note on my keyboard, see where it's blinking yellow? That just is showing me I'm an octave too high. I'm too high, so go down. Right? Sometimes you might be like, oh, where am I? You don't even need to be able to read notes to do this, because you can see where I'm playing? Those little yellow boxes? So let's go down. There we go. Found the notes. Right, so you might just have to hunt around for a minute. Once you find them, they're not going to move. Okay, so let's get rid of this MIDI clip. And let's record ourselves playing these notes. So here's my kick, here's my hi-hat, and here's my snare. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky on this keyboard, but let's just try it. Let's get a metronome, and let's give me a 1-bar count in. I did that by just clicking this little arrow and count in 1 bar. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I have this weird MIDI keyboard that's like rubbery, so it's really hard to play notes on the beat. But that's okay, because I can just go into this MIDI clip and Command A to select all, Command U to quantize. Okay, and that puts everything right on the grid. Now it didn't exactly put it where I wanted on the grid, so I'm just going to slide it back a 16th note, and now I'm right where I need to be. Cool. So I could go through and record in my hi-hats as well, or I could just put those in. I'm pressing D. Now I've got a crazy fast hi-hat. Maybe I'll like that. Let's get rid of some of these. Cool, I can play around with that. I could just record the hi-hat in. On my keyboard, doing something that fast is going to be kind of a mess, but it can work. Cool, so you can record in stuff. Now let's take that one step further. Let's take this original drum beat that we had here, right? All those cool sounds, and since we sliced this to a MIDI track, that means we can play those sounds. Now I'm just playing my MIDI keyboard like a piano. Right? So you can have some fun doing this. Take any drum loop that you like, slice it to a MIDI track, and then just play that drum loop. It's like you can take a drum loop and get it into your own fingers and just play it. It's kind of amazing, right? I find it amazing.